Well, good evening, everyone. Good evening. How is everyone doing out there tonight? I know that it is 9 o'clock Central Standard Time, making it 10 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And so it is a little late. That also means it's 8 o'clock p.m. Mountain Standard Time, 7 o'clock p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So we're all in transition right now. Many of us are either coming in from work or trying to reset ourselves from our long work days and church nights. But I'm excited that you're joining me this evening. I am here because we are having a celebration, and that is an SALE celebration. But as you know, in normal TK fashion, I am going to also drop a few nuggets. Not only are we celebrating National Lipstick Day, but for every woman out there, you understand that lipstick is an accessory, right? It is an accessory. And for those of you who know about facial accessories, we understand that you can have too much, and you can also at times not have enough. So tonight, I just jump in here and I want to talk to us about not just National Lipstick Day and the things that surround that. And a shout out to my own personal company, Dollface by TK, and those of you who have supported as long as I've had the business open and the company alive and bright and going with a lot of energy, the personality and boldness that Dollface by itself along brings. But I want to also share with you that we know lipstick, it does add color, but it was never designed to create personal confidence. And for those that are coming in, I want you to just drop in the chat where you're coming in from, like, love, and share this. I'm not going to be here long. I'm going to show some lipsticks. Yes, I'm going to also bring in a few other products on this day, but I want to just set the tone that National Lipstick Day is not just lipstick in my world and in my viewpoint. Lipstick adds finishing touches, right? We all know that. We all have come to love what lipstick does. But again, lipstick is not the end all, be all to what we know as confidence. Confidence does not come from a tube. Confidence does not come from you squeezing something out of a bottle. It comes from an inward level of transformation. You have to build confidence, one decision, one challenge, one prayer, one act of courage at a time. Because we all understand that when you think about confidence, it is always under construction. Confidence is not just automatically built. It's not just something that you have. It's something that you have to have from the inside out, and it has to be transformed over the course of time. What did I say? Over the course of time. So that means, that lets me know that confidence is not built even overnight. It is built over the course of time. Now, I promise you a lipstick show. I promise you that with some lipstick tonight. But when I think about makeup overall, I start to realize that there are so many products that lipstick need, right? You need so much more when you're talking about lipstick. And I realize that every single product, it tells its own story, but it also talks to us women about a personal journey. And that's why I really want to have a different approach to this National Lipstick Day, or this night that we're celebrating on. Renee, I just want to share that lipstick is one product that we utilize with several different products. But I want to talk about some of these products. We have some blender sponges. Everybody that I know have blender sponges, right? And let me just tell you, let me stop and just let me celebrate my hair. I just thought I'd say that I don't even know where that came from. Anyway, I love big hair. So let's get into it again. when we think about blender sponges, which is another product that I'm going to feature tonight, blender sponges. Yes, blender sponges, Dollface by TK exclusive. This is the first you've ever seen these. If you want a blender sponge kit, they come with 3 blenders here. Dollface by TK offers blender sponges now. And these blender sponges, they come in purple, green, yellow. But if you want a blender sponge kit tonight, just type in blender and I'm going to give you the price and things of that nature, but you can just type that in. But let's think about this blender sponge. It's brand new. It's in this nice case and it's here. And when you get a blender sponge, it's firm and it's untouched, right? But before it can do what it's truly designed to do as a blending sponge, oh, y'all hear me? This is so good. Now, I don't know how much selling I'm going to do because I feel a little motivational tonight. But here's the thing. It can't do what it needs to do. Why is my husband laughing at me? He wants to be in this conversation so bad, but he said he is out of the makeup convo. So he's out of here. So, but before a blending sponge can do what it needs to do, it has to be immersed at times. It has to be stretched. We've got to squeeze it. We got to, do a lot to make it soft. And sometimes that's how our preparation phase is. Our preparation phase is sometimes all about how we are, we have to be squeezed or squeezed. I have several degrees and sometimes words are not necessarily correct, but we got to be squeezed at times. He has to break us before he can bless us. We have to go through seasons that actually soften our heart. And if you know anything about a good blending sponge, it actually has to be a little bit soft. And if you don't have the pressure of that sponge, guess what? You really don't get the full level of application. Now, I know I have some makeup artists out there that's probably saying, TK, please do that sponge a little bit more justice. There's some makeup artists out there, and God bless all of you all. I love what you do, especially when you do it with my product. Oh my goodness. I think because it's late and I'm a little hungry, it could be more funny to me than it is to anyone else. But hey, Barbara, let me just tell you, and Jessica and Monica, as you're joining the blender sponges, if you want blender sponges, I just gave y'all a nice little tutorial on this sponge, as well as telling you that the pressure of the sponge has to be applied in order for the sponge to actually do what it has been designed to do. And so I want you to enjoy the stretch of your season right now, because pressure is never meant to destroy you. Pressure helps you to blend in the grace and the wisdom and the purpose that you have been called into in every single area of your life. Now, do y'all understand why I love makeup? I love makeup because it's so practical to what we experience every single day. So if you want these blender sponges, the blender sponges tonight, y'all see, look at this. This is green. I have some purple ones and I have some yellow ones, but these are green. Comes in a very cutesy little case. The sponges tonight are only $10 and free shipping, okay? So get your friends in here. Go get your girlfriends. Tell them it's ladies' night for about another 20 minutes, and we're going to be out of here. Listen, after you get that blender sponge, and like this is in no real order of how we put on our makeup, but I just want to share my line with you tonight. Again, we've got some eyeshadow, okay? Eyeshadow. It creates depth. It gives us a little highlight here and there. Actually gives us a little bit of dimension. But this also reminds us that life is supposed to be lived in full color. There are going to be some bright seasons. Look at this beautiful palette. Oh, you know what? I almost wish I was this palette. It's just so beautiful. This palette is called Beauty Reimagined. It's purple and it has some beautiful colors in it. And I've also put some names in here. But it's a very beautiful palette. I absolutely love this palette. Very neutral palette, but there are times, thank you so much, Jessica. There are times in our lives that we're going to have bright seasons, we're going to have dark seasons, we're going to have some mountaintops, we're going to have some celebrations, we're going to have some disappointments. And just like this eyeshadow, you're going to have some palettes that are neutral. Oh, y'all better hear what I'm saying tonight. You're going to have some palettes that are extremely colorful. But as you start to blend in every shade, it presents to you a different experience. Look at this one. This is a very neutral one. This one is called Beauty Is Me, and it's in the black palette. If you want any eyeshadow palette tonight, $20 free shipping, and it is yours. Just all you have to do is type Beauty Is Me, and you got it. Or you can inbox me separately. I know how you ladies are. You might just want to ask me a few more questions. So inbox me separately. Tonight, all of the eyeshadow palettes, and they are so full of color, so full of life, the way God has intended our lives to be lived. Because he takes every color, even the dark colors, even the darker colors. Don't you know the darker colors also have purpose? I use the dark colors sometimes to create the depth that I need. And I want you to know something about that. That is actually what dark times in our lives do. Dark seasons and valleys, they help to create depth. So some of us are still a little shallow because we are so used to being so bright. But let me help you understand, even though the light colors are going to help you shine, even though that highlight that you put at your brow line, and even though that highlight that you put at your eyelid, even though it's shining, you have to have, sometimes your face needs some depth. Y'all better hear me tonight. I really want to say in the Holy Ghost, but I'm talking about Dollface by TK. Hear me tonight in the Holy Ghost. That darker colors even have purpose because they create a contrast that helps the light shine even brighter. So when I tell you that your story is made up of everything that is rich in your chapter, every eyeshadow palette that I have, there's one here that's called Iconic Beauty. It's another palette that, look at how beautiful that is. I'm just going to sit this right here. Let y'all see that just for one moment. Every palette that I have is always going to have a contrasting color that is dark because it helps you to understand that even though you're shining, you always need some depth in your life. Tonight, shipping is free. And listen, for those of you who order tonight before 11:59 p.m., one thing you're going to get, I have to share this with you. I can't even hold it anymore. You're going to get a beautiful Dollface by TK bag. It's a makeup bag. A makeup bag is going to come to you for free. You're going to get complimentary, courtesy Dollface by TK, and it's iridescent, has a nice gold, very gold zipper there for you. You're going to get that free of charge just for, ordering tonight before 11:59 p.m. Now, I'm just about finished with these makeup palettes. I've told you what they do. This one is purple. It's Beauty Reimagined. Always going to have a contrasting color in it. It's the purple palette. Oh, yes. Purple palette here. All you have to do is comment Beauty Reimagined. And this one can be yours tonight, $20. $20. And I can give you the way that you can also purchase this evening. We have one more palette that I'm going to show tonight, even though I have several others. This one is called Grace to Glow. TK girl. It's pink. It has some beautiful colors in it as well. Oh my goodness. Very nice, very chic, very cute. And for those of you who know Coco, she loves to intrude and come in and be a guest. So everyone, please say hello to Coco, who has made her arrival. Beauty Reimagined. If that's yours, put it in the chat. Oh, I'm so excited about this because guess where we're getting ready to go? We're headed into some lipstick right now, you all. I'm telling you, we're getting ready to head into some lipstick. And Monica, just get ready. I'm getting ready to go over here and grab this lipstick, and you just don't even listen. I want you all to understand because tonight is very special in that I have named some lipsticks. We arrive at this lipstick because not only because it's, National Lipstick Day, but we arrive at the lipstick because lipstick is often the last thing that we apply when putting on makeup. Am I right? Or sometimes it's the last thing we apply before leaving the house. We can put it on quickly in the car. But let me tell you all, one thing about lipstick, it does not create your beauty. It only accentuates what you already have. In the same fashion, confidence isn't something you put on for other people to admire. You put on lipstick because you want the lipstick on. You don't just put it on because you say somebody else is going to admire my lipstick. Same with confidence. Confidence is an outward expression. Hear me when I say this. Confidence is an outward expression of an inward conviction that says, I know who I am and I know whose I am. If you know who you are, just type, I know who I am. I know who I am. Now, let's start off with this lipstick set. These lipstick sets, $20 for the matte lipstick. Now, you have to understand something about matte lipstick. If you get matte lipstick and you have never worn matte lipstick, you will know that it's not the shiny lipstick, right? But this is called Bold Beauty. I want you to look at this color. Now, I've tried to put enough light here. It's called Bold Beauty. It's somewhat of an autumn-like bronze, but it's so pretty, and it's very pretty on. It also comes with a lip pencil. When you know that you belong to God, and when you know who you are as an individual, you don't choose validation because you're looking for validation. You choose validation because your identity is already settled in validation. Listen, I often say, if you want Bold Beauty, just say Bold Beauty. And working the dash, Cash App is working the dash. Thank you for asking. Cash App is working the dash. Hashtag working the dash. And all of the lipstick sets are $20. Bold Beauty is what we just saw. But listen, the only thing that needs validating is your parking ticket. Let me tell you, this is Esther. This is the pink, bright pink color. Let me tell y'all why I love Esther. Because I love this color because I can actually just wear the lip pencil by itself. I love it. I absolutely love this. You only need a two or three dabs of this. Kind of pop your lip like that. Did y'all hear that? That's because I have on matte lipstick and I put on some lip gloss. But I then went back and put my matte over top of that because I didn't want it to be extra shiny. But listen, when you know who you are, this is Esther, and we all know, I don't even want to get on that because that would be a complete message. Your confidence, just like your makeup, should not be painted on. It should be poured from a heart that's already built. And listen, Monica, you can be undecided today because guess what? They're always going to be here. Dollface by TK is owned by TK. Ha! Oh my goodness, that's good. I could do whatever I want to do, Monica. I could always come back and give you an opportunity. Now, this is number 9. If you want number 9, look at this purple. Oh, y'all. I mean, I'm undecided too, Monica, because it's amazing to me that these colors are just so unique and they're different. And some of them I've named, some of them have numbers. If you want number 9, just comment number 9. If you want, and I'm going to go back to everyone who's commenting. If you've actually paid via Cash App, I'm going to go back because I need to grab your address unless you put it in the Cash App commentary to me. Please let me know, because everyone, I build my businesses on integrity, and those that have ever done business with me know that to be absolutely true. So I want to make sure that you get all of what you pay for. Okay, and here comes the coral, number 46. Number 46. It's a coral orange. Now, this is for all of the girls and all of the ladies who say, listen, I just want to come out of my comfort zone. And let's talk about that. Let's coming out of, what is it that we can do this year to come out of our comfort zone? I want you to know that just like the makeup bag, I'm going to go back to our makeup bag because listen, the makeup bag carries everything you need in the makeup bag. You might have safety pins. You may have hairpins, earrings, earring backs. You may have all kinds of stuff in that makeup bag. But here's the thing about that makeup bag. It carries everything you need, just like you have everything you need. But unless you unzip the bag, y'all, I'm going to preach about this makeup tonight. Look at this coral color. It's number 46. You can look at it. Number 46. Number 46. Just like that makeup bag, if you don't unzip it, you cannot use what's in it. Many of us are walking around with gifts and talents, books, songs, all kinds of things, ready to release your vision. But because you've chosen to keep your bag zipped, guess what? We will never know your level of creativity. We will never know your compassion. We will never know your level of leadership, ability, and skill. Listen, I'm on here doing what I'm doing tonight, not because I'm not afraid, not because I have all of the answers, not because it's perfect, but because if I keep my makeup bag zipped, you will never know what's inside of it. So the problem is not that we are empty. You understand that you have everything in you to succeed. Some of us are actually afraid that if we actually do something, we just might be successful at it. But fear is overshadowed by the excitement. You know why? As we go to this next one, and the name of this is Redeemed. Oh, isn't that pretty? Look, it's redeemed because it's a little neutral. For all y'all saved people out there. I mean, I'm saved, but you know, I wear pinks and purples and oranges and big hair, don't care, you know, all of the things. But listen, not because I have it all figured out, not because I'm not afraid, but because I chose to answer the emotion of excitement. You know why? Your body cannot tell the difference between the emotion of fear and the emotion of excitement. It gives you neurologically, it gives you the same emotional response. We often lean into fear and it keeps the zipper closed. Tonight, I just want you to type in the chat, I'm opening my makeup bag. I'm unzipping the makeup bag. Unzip. Put something in there that tells me that you're going to unzip the makeup bag. And while you're typing that, let's take a look at Happy. Y'all see this? Now, this is somebody who just want to say, listen, I don't care anymore. I'm just gonna do something different. I'm past wearing this Vaseline. I hope y'all still not wearing Vaseline on your lips. But if you are, that's fine. Vaseline is good if you're sleeping in it at night to kind of unchafe your lips. You can use it to unchap your lips. Let me put this to the camera. You all, I try my best to do what I'm supposed to do so I can get going, right? But here we go. Here we go. And I'm moving a little bit much, so I think I'm freezing as well. So don't y'all do no screen captures on me frozen, okay? But as we go, this is happy, and you can just comment happy. I want to end with one more. And it is number 38. It is a bronze. You all, this is so pretty. It's number 38. I say all of them are pretty, but it's number 38. Jessica, Diane, Katrina. Listen, I'm having so much fun tonight, stepping out of my comfort zone into the zone of discovery. And I want to encourage someone tonight. Let me encourage someone that still feels like they're trying to figure life out, right? I know sometimes it's so hard to not look at everybody else, everything else, and think that you're not doing anything. But can I tell you, every closed door, every lesson, every victory, every setback is actually, I talk about bricks often, but it's every brick that's being laid. It's a part of your foundation. It's a part of what has shaped you to who you are. And one of the greatest gifts that I gave myself the permission to enter into what I love to call the discovery zone. The discovery zone. Diana, I made the decision to enter into the discovery zone. And this is where I intentionally seek to understand who God created me to be instead of trying to spend hours on the expectations of others. Okay? Jessica, you are a godsend tonight. And I'm going to tell you something. Can I just put a pin right here? People will help people who are in motion. I never reached out to Jessica to say, can you help me tonight? I'm going live. But what if I had have chosen, which I went back and forth with all day? Should I go live? Should I not go live? And I was looking for the opinion. I was waiting for some level of confirmation to come from somewhere. What other confirmation do you need when you already have what you need to have to do what you need to do? What gift has God placed inside of you? What problem was created that you can solve? Tonight, whether I sell one lipstick or not, I'm solving a problem because what I'm doing is bringing alive what's inside of me and giving what's inside of me to someone, just one person who may need it. And when you get yourself in motion, resources will find you. Oh my goodness. Now, I don't know who that was for. But I'm telling you right now, a lot of us are waiting on resources. They're not coming out of the sky. You have to make life happen. You cannot make the excuse if you're not willing to make the effort. So what value do you find in your decisions? What problem were you created to resolve? Brings me alive? What stokes that fire? Discovery. It requires you to be honest with yourself. You have to have quiet moments that allows you to let go of the labels of expectations that others have put on you. God has already spoken to you. Women, can I tell you? What other word are you looking for? If you're looking for any word, it should be a confirming word. But you really shouldn't be looking for what God has already shared with you. The world is always going to be there to define you. They have their opinions. People have their opinions about you. And here's a real truth. When people have already created the narrative about you in their mind, they are the ones who miss out on the anticipated opportunities of what you bring. Now, whatever I just said, I know it was good. I can't repeat it because I don't know what I just said, but I just heard it in my spirit and I know it came out well. All I can tell you tonight is, women of God, National Lipstick Day for me is about you being chosen. You're not overqualified. You're not underqualified. You're not too late. You're not too old. You're not too young. You are equipped, Monica. You are equipped, Jessica. You are equipped, Diana. Before you ever step on a stage, he knows who you're going to impact. Your life may never consist of a stage. But when your identity is rooted in Christ and not just in aesthetics, your confidence becomes less about proving to people who you are and more about celebrating the person God created you to be. So, as I close tonight, I don't know what I sold, y'all. I really don't. All I know is I feel good. All I know is that I'm going to remind you of this blender. If you joined in a little late, you'll have to go back. But the blender reminds you of the pressure that prepares you. Let me remind you what this eyeshadow says. And let me use the purple one because we're royalty, right? And it's named Beauty Reimagined. Eyeshadow is going to remind you that every season that you go through in life will have both light and depth. Heavy on the sodium. What do I mean? You're the light of the world and the salt of the earth. When you show up in spaces that are dark and dismal, when you show up in conversations that seem depressing, you are the light that does not need the permission to shine. Let me tell you something. I have solar lights, and I often talk about this. I have solar lights in my yard. I never have had to go and tap my solar light and tell my solar lights when to start shining. Because wherever darkness is, that's their cue to do what they were created to do, which was to shine in darkness. So I'm going to remind you about this makeup bag. I'm going to remind you tonight. Your makeup bag reminds you that God has already packed you with everything you need, but you have to unzip the bag. If you never unzip the bag, you can never utilize what's in the bag. Lipstick, last but not least, and the reason why I'm on here, certainly it was not to hold a revival, but I feel like I did. Danielle, I appreciate what you bring to Kingdom. I'm going to get one last lipstick here because it's called Chocolate Grace, and I think I like that name probably more than I like the lipstick, but it is a brown lipstick. As I end, this is called Chocolate Grace. Chocolate Grace. Lipstick reminds you that confidence is built over time, not overnight. It's always under construction. And it's simply the finishing touch to a life that's surrendered to God. So I am going to answer a lot of your questions about colors and things of that nature. Barbara, I will get off of this live and answer your questions. But I want you all as women to embrace your beauty from the inside so that it can exude on the outside. So what does that mean? What does that look like? That looks like reframing your conversations. It means sometimes taking a look inwardly to not blame other people about how you respond. That's a hard one right there. Sometimes our response and the tones of our response. Now, y'all see how I just threw them tones in there? That's lipstick, makeup, that's all of that. All of the tones that you carry can create a good outcome or a bad one. So, as you are building yourself from the inside out, stop making excuses. Stop blaming other people. Step into your discovery zone. Trust the process. Build your confidence one step at a time. Because here's the real truth. Do you all know when we look at those videos, Get Ready With Me, and people have not applied their makeup just yet, we look like we look because that's the natural parts of us. But can I just tell you, when you apply your makeup the next time, when you put on your lipstick the next time, do know that every time you make an application, you're saying to yourself without even talking out loud that there is a version of me that has yet to be revealed. And so tonight, I want to encourage you to stay under construction. Keep God first. And no, he never abandons a project. When I say under construction, we're in the construction zone. And my light is good tonight because, I got all this hair and I love it, right? Just go do you, go be you. Do you the way God has created it to be done. Love who you are unconditionally. Never apologize for the person you show up as. Be nice, be courteous, be kind. And I appreciate every one of you for joining this live on National Lipstick Day. It's been a pleasure hanging out with you. I hope you've enjoyed it as much as I have. It's been a pleasure. I love each and every one of you. Take care. Have a pleasant night. Love each other. Be kind. Be gentle. Until next time, you all continue working the dash. And don't forget, confidence is always under construction.